So how the things is happening, we discuss right. Like. If this is your saving environment, let's say. And if this is your trusted database or trusted source of information, that is your database we are consuming here. And we have to record here or two users. Information are there. Those two information we are passing to Saviynt right. So Saviynt has those two users now. So this is. We used to call it as a trusted recall. So what is by trusted reconciliation? So before trusted because we have two type of records. This concern, one is trusted reconciliation. Another is, we have target reconciliation. So trusted reconciliation. We called it as like a import of user. Or as we talk it, like you know. Authoritative source authoritative. Source. So target reconciliation. We also called it as, like you know, import of account. Or non-authoritative source. Okay. So if one line somebody asked like you know what is reconciliation right? What is reconciliation? So you can tell, like you know. Whenever Saviynt, if this is your Saviynt, receive any information right. That is called reconciliation. So here. From the database. Saviynt is receiving information. So that is why it is called as a reconciliation right. So that reconciliation involve again two things right. I told you right, one is trusted reconciliation, another is a target reconciliation. So let's you know, have little bit more talk about right now. Reconciliation right. Reconciliation. So this is basically whenever Saviynt receive any information. If this is your Saviynt and it is receiving any information. So there is two ways Saviynt can receive information right. One is from your trusted database. That we talk now right. What we saw now. That is your trusted database. Another is your, like you know. Target information, like target application. Where also Saviynt can receive the information. So whenever I talk about, like you know, target database, what does it mean? So, if you talk about, like you know, target application right. So what is the target app right? So, if you remember, in the day one, when I was talking to you, I told you right, you know the Accenture guy, right, or the Accenture HR. When they had requirement. They hire employee for their project. They enter your data in their database right. So this was, like you know, your HRMS database. They enter the user here. After entering the user here, write the information from here. Saviynt received your information. Write. So Saviynt, once it receives your information, all this user information, it used to give access to different application, right? So in our case, the application name used to be like Outlook. And we had, like per time sheet, HR portal, and so on. So here, this HRMS, we called it as a trusted source database. And all this application, right, where all this user information were created. Like this user, like we brought it here to save you now from Saviynt. It was automatically create their account, right? In Outlook, in timesheet application or HR portal. These application are called as, like target application. Right. These are the target application. So in the target application, the user information, it is called a different name. What if, from the HRMS, your data, like the information of the user information, is getting created in Saviynt or it is getting onboarded? We called it as a user. Okay. That means in the day one or the first these information Saviynt receive. We called it as a user, so yesterday we called to user, right? Like one is Kevin. And other was like, I forgot the name. Okay. So let's say so this to user we created in Saviynt, okay, and now Saviynt has this to user information. Whenever I will try to post this information, or this information I'll try to send to this application, right to Outlook or timesheet HR portal. That time these user. It will be called as an account. These user details, it will be called as an account. So now Kevin was acting as a user in Saviynt. When Kevin got onboarded to Outlook application or timesheet application or HR source application. So, Kevin, it will be called. Like this is Kevin account. In Outlook or Kevin account in time state and HR portal. So you got the thing right. What is the difference between an account and a user? Any doubt here? Okay, I think it is a no. So how you differentiate between a user and account, right? So users are getting on board only up to Saviynt because we are managing the lifecycle of user. That is why in Saviynt, we need user and that is coming from your trusted database or trusted source of information. That is called as an image. So once this user are onboarded to Saviynt, from Saviynt if you try to create or, like if we want to manage any application like Outlook or timesheet or HRMS portal or HR portal, and you are trying to create their, user information here. That will be called as an account. So how the relationship happened, right? It is one to many. A single user can have multiple accounts. Right in, like your Outlook account, your timesheet or HR portal, right in the real world. If you talk about like we have so many account, we have account in Insta. We have account in Facebook. We have account in Gmail, right? We have account in different different application, but we act as a single user. So the same way in the corporate world also,